A few months back, I did a sponsored ad for Ghostbusters Afterlife. In the spirit of full disclosure, I'm bringing this up. This spot I did has no impact on this review I'm about to give. However, if you think that may have tainted my ability to be honest, I suggest you watch another review then. With that out of the way, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. When I was a kid, I saw the original in the theater with my father, and I've been a fan ever since. I love Ghostbusters 2. I did a video on it years ago about how I think it's very underappreciated. I even love the official, unofficial Part 3, which was the video game. I refuse to acknowledge that other one. Anyway, with Harold Ramis passing on, I figured we were out of luck on getting another genuine Ghostbusters movie. I thought they were going to either reboot it entirely or do something like Extreme Ghostbusters. Thankfully, we got Ghostbusters Afterlife. I saw the trailers, and initially I thought this was going to be like a Stranger Things Ghostbusters edition. I mean, it has Finn Wolfhard in it. It kind of was, but it also wasn't. The movie was about Egon's family. Years ago, he left his family and friends to go out in the middle of nowhere to stop the apocalypse. He dies, and his family inherits his property. His granddaughter, Phoebe, has her grandfather's smarts, and as she investigates the house, she finds out more about him. The movie hit all the right marks. Yes, it leaned heavily on nostalgia, but it did it in a way to honor the originals and not just pander. I feel like the nostalgic bits worked for the film, instead of just being member berries. I'd say the closest thing to pandering was the tiny Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, but the bits with them were really funny, so I gave it a pass. When the kids put on the Ghostbusters outfits and they just so happened to fit them pretty well, alright, that was kinda pushing it. The script was smart and did a wonderful job of honoring Harold Ramis. It was more of a drama than comedy, but it was still funny. I think the biggest thing was that it had heart. There was some genuine emotion put into this. It wasn't just a lazy cash grab like so many other late sequels. Also, Jason Reitman was really channeling his dad in directing this. While it did have a shinier coat of paint than the originals, it felt like a Ghostbusters movie. It had that look that if you watched 1 and 2 and Afterlife together, it would feel pretty seamless. The cast was quite good. McKenna Grace as Phoebe was absolutely terrific. Her chemistry with Finn worked very well. I liked Podcast and Lucky, but I don't know the names of the actors. I was happy they reused the old score and didn't try to make a dubstep remix or something that would have been just awful. Story-wise, in a way, it was kind of Ghostbusters 1, and I'm okay with that. It wasn't beat for beat, and there was more than enough differences to set it apart. I thought it was a smart way to pull the whole thing together. Sure, it has a little bit of a soft reboot in there, but it was done in a way that felt right. Kind of like Star Trek Generations when they passed the torch to the next generation. With this, the old crew was passing on the torch in a respectful and dignified way. The visuals were good. I liked the mix of opticals, practicals, and CG. There were no glaringly bad or rushed effects, and I was happy about that. The cameos were fantastic, and I don't want to spoil them. I actually did a pretty good job of avoiding the spoilers, so most everything in the movie was a surprise to me. There were a few moments where I openly gasped at who I was seeing. It also flew by. It was a little over 2 hours long, but it didn't feel like it. There was a lot of character moments, but they were done in a way that never slowed the movie down. Ghostbusters Afterlife is terrific. They respected the originals and didn't make a mockery out of them, which, really, is all the fans were asking for. We're getting so many remakes, reboots, and late sequels lately, I think they should all pay attention to this one. This is how you bring back a beloved franchise. It's something that can appeal to the old fans, while having enough differences to please a whole new crop of fans. Truth be told, I wasn't expecting this to be this good. I have to admit, I was really feeling the emotion at the end. It brought me back to being a little kid again. I'm curious as to where they're going to go next. The movie did well enough that the studio absolutely could greenlight another. Whatever they do, if they keep it on par with this one, I'll be happy.